everyone. I'm excited about this because this is my first. I'm the PPE and the resources. I'll put the resources at the end, and I'll try and make sure I don't talk for too long. So I'm going to do my first PowerPoints. I want to know how we have to be technologically competent. I think that came into force in January, and so I think of technological competence from my end is think about what it was before, say I don't know, 50 years ago. Technological competence. Light switch. What do you need to know? On. And then telephone. What do you need to know? You picked it up and you dialed it. If you ask a kid nowadays, I guess they give them a rotary phone and you say, well, let's dial it. They don't know what to do. They don't know what do you do with this thing. So they would be technologically incompetent for 50 years ago or 70 years ago. And so to me, what technologically competent is to ask people that know what they're doing. And so so that's what this series is, because I don't know what I'm to do, so we created this series so we can ask all the smartest people to come, and we're going to be putting it on YouTube so that when people are ready to do the different parts of it, they can go look, because that's how I've learned. And so what I did for to become technically competent at questioning is I asked a court reporter that wants to keep her job and figured it out really quick. I said, Trudy, what should I do? And she said, get Zoom and get Logitech, this piece. So now I'm technologically competent. I've done a bunch of questionings. I've done a bunch of mediations. Uh, I got a JDR coming up. I've offered to put it on WebEx, whatever the court wants. So I like to ask questions, and so I'm different than. I'm probably as interested as everybody else, but there's only so many hours a day, and I'm a working mom and I volunteer a lot. So I just ask a lot of questions, and I think that you'll find this series very valuable. So I'm doing my first. I got to tell you how I put together this PowerPoint in a minute. So I'm chatting on to my friend, my dad's mom friend last night, and I got little notes on my phone to maybe make a PowerPoint. And so I chat to her and I text them to her. And so let's see what I get for my notes on my phone, because some of you may already know that skill of putting a note on your phone. It's not too hard. So then I go share screen. So I just learned this before the seminar started, and let's see how it goes. So someone will have to tell me if it doesn't work. And so then you share, because I did it at questioning and I had so much fun. Oh, look at this. So this was what my friend turned the notes into. And so, and then we had a nice chat while we were doing it. So the first thing is I want to do a TED Talk. So, well, I don't have one, so I'm doing an ACTLA talk. So now, welcome to my ACTLA talk. And so let's see what I've got next. Now I have to share. So someone told me how to do that just as before we started. And so I'll try that. And so here is my advance the next animation. Well, there you go. Isn't that pretty? So my background is in psychology. It's my undergrad. I also deal as a civil litigator with very serious personal injury cases, which involve things like brain damage, post-concussion syndrome, PTSD, also all kinds of psychological injuries. Sometimes, probably a lot of cases have that, but because of my psychological background, I may notice it even before the doctor can notice it. So this is sort of my psychological analysis for today. The Stanford marshmallow experiment. I think everybody knows about that. So that's the one where it's you ask a kid, you tell a little kid, you say, I think Kim Kardashian was doing it the other day with some candies for her little kid, and she did really well. So you can see why they might become quite successful there. So the Stanford marshmallow experiment is an experiment, and apparently how you do on that kid is a sign of what you may do for life. And so they put the one marshmallow there and say, if you wait till I get back, you get 2 marshmallows. And so, and then if they wait, obviously they're deferring for greater enjoyment, and they tend to do really well in life. So in my thought is that we lawyers, especially, well, every kind of lawyer that I know, really, when you go into it, when you go into law and you work long hours and you're doing what you're doing, you're already probably, as I say, the best of the best at the Stanford marshmallow experiment. So right now we got the coronavirus there and COVID-19, and this is sort of a big, a big Stanford marshmallow experiment going on in real life. So just remember that you are champions of it, and you can do that. So, I think that's important to know. And so then I'm doing my little psychological analysis here while I'm trying to learn all this stuff today. I thought, what will I talk about? Because I'm the PPE part. And so I talk about, because I really wanted to get Dr. Dina Hinshaw, but I didn't get a chance to look for her. So if anybody knows, I'll just say that out loud now, because our next one is on virtual treatment, virtual experts. It's going to be awesome. So if somebody told me they know somebody who met her mom at a gas station in Lacombe, I think, but that's all the lead I've got so far. So then coronavirus, I say the coronavirus, what is that? So it has no brain and it requires humans for survival. So we have a way of controlling the coronavirus because they need us. And then I say the computer virus, because everybody's scared of the computer virus. Like I'm thinking, oh, computer virus, I don't know. I don't even know what cloud you got to go to and all that sort of stuff. And so I'm saying, well, the computer virus, I'm not that scared of it either because it also has no brain. And it requires humans for survival because like the light switch, you could turn it off. At this point in time, I mean, I know in the sci-fi shows that may not be the case, but that's it. So I'm not really scared of the computer virus, and I'm not really scared of the coronavirus. And so I'm saying we are humans. So I was calling us the human virus at one point, and we have brains. So our enemies need us, and they got no brains. So we can figure out how to outsmart this disease by a combination of worry about the computer viruses, worry about the coronaviruses, but we have the brains, and we even created the computers. So as I say, if you take no action, to me, that's the brain damage part. You got a brain, you got to use it, and so whatever it takes. So I've made myself my own experiment this month, and since they announced COVID, and I just said to my assistants, because I'm like a master delegator. I like to delegate everything because I just like to deal with what's novel and interesting to me in my client's case. So I like to focus on that big picture of how to how to quantify a life is what we do to our clients. It's like, I can't do anything about your health. All I can do about is argue to try and get you compensation, to do what we can to put you back into that position. And so I focus, on that. And I thought, well, so now I've got to figure out all this computer stuff that I haven't got around to. And, previously I had noted that I had, I had a remote practice like starting 20 years ago because I was just figuring out how do you have kids and how do you practice law? Oh, we'll do this remote thing. So you just run around and do what you can. And so then about 10 years ago, it was kind of like going into the digital practice. And so what I did was while I was waiting to speak, I remembered that all my files were back there. So I love the paper, but I got rid of it. So I have talk about my digital. I used to say paperless office, but it's really just digital. I could do it wherever, but I still like the paper when I'm here. And so that's the thing is that you just make it up and ask a bunch of questions. It's not hard. So we've made this series and we made a demo video because I thought, well, let's make these demo videos. We got 3 already, and we're going to have one on we haven't finished the one. It's coming out for a demo on JDR because I'm going to do a JDR, so maybe I'll ask that judge so that we can have it like accurate. So I'm asking the people, and we're just making it up as we go. And it's like, oh, that's how you do it. That's fun. So we share it with you because we know it's time. I say it's like viral solutions to viral problems because it's like, okay, this viral thing goes around fast, so let's teach each other really fast and ask a bunch of questions so we can get ourselves up to speed because we lawyers are very good problem solvers. And so that's how but I love these pictures that my dance mom friend put on here. Okay, and so this is another thing, is WHO. Okay, so that's the World Health Organization. They say speed over perfection. Don't wait till it's perfect. Just kind of go with it. So that's what I said to my staff. I said, let's not lose anything. And I was glad to find out we could still get our JDR next month because I got to do the brief now in the afternoon because it's the deadline and I didn't know that was going to happen, but we'll do that. And so then you just got to run with it. So I said, let's keep every meeting, let's keep everything, anything that comes in, we'll just do it and we'll figure it out as we go. Because who here has been through a pandemic before. So we're all pandemic experts.
Hi,
We're
Donna.
lawyers.
Sorry, Donna. It's
Yeah.
it's Jill. I'm just cognizant of the time. I just wanted to give you a 5-minute warning because we do
Oh,
have
good.
we just have some questions. So I just wanted to give you a heads up. Thanks.
Yeah,
I'll be.
yeah. Okay, so so I would say WJO. So that's our World Justice Organization, or ACTLA, or whatever member your CBA is. Just speed over perfection. So don't worry about being perfect at this time. And yeah, so I got like 3 slides left. Let's see what this is. Oh yeah, I was saying being a worker. So when you're advising clients, because I do employment law is my other main area of practice, advising employers, is that being a worker in an essential industry does not always mean you are a frontline worker. So if you are a frontline worker, you need to wear, to get the PPE that you can, as they say, and have the cleaning, have the premises safe, and that's that's what you need to do. And so then also, like I say, on the silo mentality, because we're experts at, the world is so complicated now that we're kind of all have different expertise. So again, I think it's just a matter of asking questions. So I'm saying the silo mentality occurs when departments or management groups do not share information, goals, tools, priorities, and processes with other departments. So I say the silo mentality is believed to impact, well, I didn't say this, Wikipedia did, is believed to impact operations, reduce employee morale, and may contribute to the overall failures of a company or its products and culture. And so I put there like society. So we're in the middle of a pandemic. We just got to be fast to respond. We're smarter than our enemies out there, and we just do what we can as we go. This one I like. If you want to read of all, so this is probably from a Tim's or something. All of the essential employees, and I have a few essential employees in my family that are not lawyers. Uh, all of the essential employees are getting very tired of rude people. We are tired, stressed, and cleaning everything trying to keep you safe. Please stop being ungrateful and rude. Be kind to one another and the essential employees. So my essential employees, in that industry, sent me this little thing last night, and I just love it. And that's the thing to remember, just to be kind. So on resources, Alberta Civil Trial Lawyers, we got these episodes. We got 2 more coming up. Episode 7 is virtual resiliency. We've got Maria Matusis, Romana Manzur. You're gonna love that panel. That's the end of the series. It's a 7 series episode. So I say, as Alberta Civil Trial Lawyers Association is one of your resources. Canadian Bar Association, Martine is the mastermind. She's on the Futures Committee. Like I told her, it should be called the Now Committee because of what's happening with coronavirus. And she's got an amazing series coming out. And so the CBA is a really valuable membership. A lot of our members are also members of the CBA and active there. I'm on their leader development committee. And the Law Society, at first I thought the Law Society, and then I realized, I read, now we've got this duty to be technologically competent. And so I looked at the strategic plan effective January and read it. Like, they're going to be an amazing resource for us because they're now wanting to be innovative. It's in the plan. We've got amazing ventures, and they're developing tools like with the affidavit, they help there, so you don't have to be live swearing it. So lots of stuff's going to be there to come out and to help us, and we just help each other out. So that's my ACLA talk. Thank you.